Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k League pre-season show with me, Xenovids. In this video I'm going to show you details about the previous league last season, the rules and what's happening in the next season. Rules for the Warhammer 40k League that we do, we use the rules from the Warhammer 40k rulebook. We roll the deployment, we roll what mission it is, and we have certain things that go with that. So if you win, you get 5 points. If you table someone, you get 6 points. If you draw, you get 3 points. If you lose, you get 1 point, but if you get tabled, you get 0 points. Okay, so with that in mind, let's have a look at the league table as it finished last season. So here is last season's finishing league table results. We're going to go at the top of the league, which in first place was the 5th edition Tyranids, my 5th edition Tyranids. Now this comprised of 2 Winged Hive Tyrants, a Hive Guard Brood of 3, 2 squads of 10 Termagants, 2 Tervagons, 30 Hormagants, Trigon Prime, a Tyrannofex, and Doom of Malantai in a Mycetic Spore. And they did really well. Doom Malantai was brilliant. Unfortunately, he is no longer in the 6th edition book, so I can't use him, and I've had to tweak the list slightly for next season. But in second place was my 6th edition Eldar. They were brilliant. 6th edition, they just got better and better. They're fast, mobile, put them in wave serpents because the troops are quite flimsy, but they did really well. Able to table a couple of times and win a lot of their games. In third place was the Chaos Space Marines. This is 6th edition Chaos Space Marines, and it was a Nurgle based army with Typhus, no Plague Zombies, but a lot of Plague Marines and Land Raiders and Rhinos, a lot of vehicles and tough troops. These are able to stick out the games and do really well, and only just pipped 4th place, which was Tau, 6th edition Tau. Now I think we both agreed, me and the Tau player, that his list wasn't the best list. He was playing with the kind of models he thought was good from the last edition, and he used an Aegis defense line, and he kind of wanted to have a different army list, and he kind of didn't really work it very well. In 5th place is my Grey Knights, which are 5th edition Grey Knights. Rumours are for 2014 6th edition. So Grey Knights, they did alright. They destroyed Tyranids really well, and they beat the Space Marines. They're tough Paladin units, but they're very elite, and there are a lot of ways to take them down or prevent them from scoring points, unfortunately. And in 6th place is 5th edition Space Marines, and they are in fact relegated for being in 6th place. Now, we were using 5th edition Space Marines, and the models we were using were the only ones my opponent had. So, it's not his fault. He didn't have a lot of options, but we did find that the Storm Talons, the small Storm Talons, were actually quite annoying and effective with an assault cannon, and twin link las cannon coming in as a flyer is quite brilliant. So with that in mind, let's have a look at what the new armies are going to be for the 2014 Battle League tournament. So Tyranids won the league last season, which means they have to stay into next season. The winners have to be in the next season, which is great because I love Tyranids. The losers, the ones that became the bottom, are now relegated. So they're relegated and you can't use them for this season. So 5th edition Space Marines cannot be used. 6th edition can be, and any variant of Space Marine can be used as well. But I'm the one that's taking the Imperium army this season. So what I'm going to do is do a little kind of montage pictures of the armies that are going to be in next season's Battle League, and a little bit about each army. Okay, so the Eldar, pretty good army, came second in last year's tournament. The pros are they're fast and manoeuvrable. They've got fast infantry that can run and shoot, and their vehicles are fast skimmers most of the time. The advanced weaponry includes bright lances, lance weapons, missile launchers, and the ability to have Blade Storm, which on a roll to wound of a 6 is AP2 for all shuriken weapons. They have Wave Serpents with the new Wave Serpent shield, which is a brilliant add to that brilliant vehicle. Wraith Knights are devastating, but the weakness is that they do fine. They have expensive points costs, and they have weak infantry, being only toughness 3. Overall, they're a great army. If using Wave Serpents and Wraith Knights, they can counterbalance their weak troops by putting them into the transport and turbo boosting and doing a lot of devastating firepower onto the opposing army. The Necrons. So, Necrons their pros are, they have reanimation protocol, which means once they've been hit and wounded and they fail their armor save for whatever reason, the model lies down and then you can roll a reanimation protocol roll of a 5-up and it comes back to life. You can also enhance this with resurrection orbs to make it a 4-up, making them extremely difficult to take down. They have advanced weapons, which are a lot of high strength or even Gorse weapons, which have a special roll on a roll of a 6, always glance as a vehicle, so they can easily take down vehicles and infantry alike. They have Tesla weapons, which on a roll of a 6 means it does 2 extra shots in addition to how many hits you've done, which is amazing. They have strong vehicles, a lot of hull points in their vehicles, and they have quantum shielding, making a lot of their vehicles 13 armor, but it does go down to 11 after that. Points wise, they do cost quite a bit. You are paying for what you're getting, and they have a lack of long range shooting, which is unfortunate for them, but they're great at 24 inches and below. Anything over 24 inches, they don't have a lot of firepower that can do that. Okay, so the Tyranids are next. The pros they have is great access to monstrous creatures, and they're all received the points reduction really in the new codex, except for the Tervigons, of course. They've also got Bivalves, which got better, enabling you to fire Spore Mine blasts, Strength 4, AP 4 blasts, barrage weapons, which is great on enemy infantry, and the Tyranids infantry, the Gaunts, are all cheap, about 4 or 5 points a model. What took a hit was the instinctive behaviour, making it a little bit more complicated, a lot more dice have to be rolled, and making synapse creatures more crucial, so you need to not let your synapse creatures die. And the other negative is lack of speed options. They've lost their Mycetic Spore options. A couple of units can infiltrate and deep strike, but you are unable to do a drop pod assault like most other armies can. The first pro for the Chaos Space Marines is the access to Helldrakes. The Helldrakes are deemed one of the best flyers, if not the best flyer in the 40k game, with a Torrent Flamer which can kill Marines, strong armour, and the ability to vector strike. It is the best of the best. The Chaos Space Marines have strong weapons, access to all the Imperial weapons, las cannons, heavy bolters, plasma guns, melters, a wide access of weapons for the infantry and vehicles. Now, each infantry model is as tough as a Space Marine, unless you go for Chaos Cultists, and the Chaos Space Marines have a 3-up armor save generally, and access to Terminators, which are a 2-up armor save. They are, however, a high points cost army. You will be paying a lot for named HQs as well as the elites, such as Plague Marines or Khorne Berserkers, unless, of course, you take Chaos Cultists. They are deemed a less competitive than most armies, although there have been some good tournament games with 3 Helldrakes and Chaos Cultist Nurgle armies. And finally, the Space Wolves. Now, the pros for the Space Wolves starts with Longfangs. Longfangs are brilliant, the best Devastator squad. in the game. You can equip them as much as you want in various different ways, and I think they're a little bit cheaper than other Space Marine equivalents. They have strong weapons, access to heavy bolters, bolt pistols, plasma melter, and las cannons. Their infantry troops, if you take them in squads of 10, can take a special weapon for free on top of the upgrade. Their weaknesses, though, their cons, are they have a high points cost. Unfortunately, you are paying a lot for the Terminators, a lot more than other units. For example, their Thunderhammer Terminators are about 60 odd points. And they are deemed less competitive now. They were great in 5th edition, but in 6th edition they seem less competitive, and they don't have access to flyers. And the Tau. Their pros are they have cheap infantry models, they have amazing battle suits that can be suited out for anything really in war. You can have melter, plasma, or troop killers able to deep strike anywhere, and also they have broadsides with giant weaponry, and riptides, monstrous creatures with amazing weaponry as well. Talking about weaponry, they're advanced weaponry. They have access to some of the best weaponry in the entire game, and also long range weaponry. They can outgun any other army in the game. The weak troops is a con. Their troops are toughness free, and also they have a low ballistic skill. Okay, thank you for watching. In the next upcoming videos, I'm going to be showing you my armies, my army list, and my Tactica for the League. I am just waiting on some Tyranid models to arrive from Games Workshop now. In the meantime, I'm doing these. Sneak peek. Ooh. Okay then. Thanks for watching. I've been Xenovids. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will see you on the next video.